So, Linda, why did you go to Kansas?
I went to study veterinary medicine at Kansas State University.
What did you expect it to be like, and what were your first impressions?
Honestly, I thought it'd be kind of boring. I had this image of small towns with lots of farm animals.
What did you do there?
Mostly I just studied. When we had time, we drove to little towns in Kansas. My favourite thing to do was just pick a direction and drive. You never know where you're going to end up.
What were the best things about it?
Manhattan has a great university feel to it. I loved going to the football games. We'd spend the whole day tailgating outside the stadium, drinking beer and having a big barbecue.
Was it easy to meet people?
People from Kansas are so friendly. I met most of the people at school events like the football games and in the bars downtown. There's a big section of the city called Aggieville where all the bars and dance clubs are located. My friends invited me to their houses for holidays all the time since I had nowhere to go. On the downside, I'd have to say that many Kansans are very sheltered and don't pay much attention to life outside the US. But as the grandma of my Kansan friend might say, we're still sweet as pie.
What were the worst things about being there?
It's very difficult to get around Kansas without a car. Everything's so spread out and there isn't really a public transportation system.
What was the funniest thing that happened while you were there?
I remember one trip I took with my friend to her grandparents' house. They had horses and asked me if I wanted to go for a ride. Well, I'd never ridden a horse before, but I decided to give it a go. So I hopped on and everything was fine for a minute. But then the horse went crazy, started bucking and making these crazy noises. I thought I was going to die. Sarah, my friend, eventually calmed the horse down, but not before I destroyed an entire section of the fence. I thought they would be mad, but they were just in shock. They couldn't believe I stayed on the horse for that long. They kept asking me if I'd ever thought about being in a rodeo. To this day, they still call me Wild Linda.
Did you have any other problems?
I'm Swedish, but my English is pretty good because my dad's English, but it took a little while to get used to the accent. The people from the cities don't really have a strong accent, but the people from the country are hard to understand sometimes. You also have to be careful with the weather. I was there for a year and in the winter it was absolutely freezing. And during the summer it was so hot I thought I might die. Of course they have heating and air conditioning everywhere.
So would you go back?
Definitely. I made some great friends and discovered a new passion for horseback riding.
So it's great. The Oscars are coming up. So you're going to be watching it? I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I tend to skip the Oscars. I don't really think it reflects the movie-going public's opinion of films.
Oh, but, this is the chance for real critics to actually give their opinion of these films and then and set out a standard for all the other filmmakers and all the directors to follow. I mean, we've got some fantastic films there, great actors, great actresses. They're setting the standard.
I don't know. I think there's too many vested interests in the film industry. I don't think they're particularly impartial. I think they vote for people that they've worked with in the past, or they're just a lot of. It's quite sort of. They're all in each other's pockets, really. I think in Hollywood.
No, but they all vote independently. I mean, I don't think there's no getting together of
supposedly, supposedly.
But you just look back in the past. Some truly great films have been recognised as being truly great films in the Oscars. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, did they become thought of as great because they've won 7 Oscars? I mean, there's a lot of these awards really give a film a better reputation than it deserves.
Well,
there are so many films that have been overlooked in the past.
Yeah, but I can't really think of any film that hasn't had an Oscar and deserved one. Or
that's because you probably haven't heard of it. I mean, the whole of the Hollywood film industry is just about big budget films, English-speaking films. People just don't hear about foreign films. There's some great French films that never even see the light of day at the awards ceremonies.
Yeah, well, what's the point of watching them? You don't understand them, do you?
Well, I like them, and I especially like films without the big stars because that there's a possibility they won't live to the end of the film. If you've got Tom Cruise in a movie, he's going to be there at the end of the film. He's not going to get shot in the first 10 seconds or something. And I prefer to be surprised by films, really.
Yeah, I suppose so. So, want to come and see? They're showing what's that? The Scorsese film, The Departed.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
So, have you done much skiing then?
Yeah, a fair bit.
Have you seen my skis? They're the latest design.
Nice.
Look at my ski boots. They're new. Did you rent yours?
Yes, but they're...
See this jacket? I won't ever get wet in this jacket. It's made of Gore-Tex, which is waterproof. And look, I've got Gore-Tex ski trousers, Gore-Tex gloves, Gore-Tex socks, a Gore-Tex hat, Gore-Tex pants, and these goggles...
Well, yes, I really must...
What kind of jacket is that then?
Oh, I just got it.
So you like snowboarding, do you?
Yes.
Oh, I did snowboarding once. I was pretty good, but I didn't really like it. A bit too easy. Hey, do you fancy doing a bit of off-piste skiing? Look, we could ski down here, but it's got some wicked jumps.
No, I wouldn't go down there. There are lots of rocks and moguls. And the snow conditions don't look too good either. You might create an avalanche.
What? Are you scared?
No, it's just there's a bit of red tape there showing that you shouldn't really ski there.
Oh, no, that's nothing. Come on, it'll be fun.
No, I think I'll just go down here, like everybody else.
I'll see you at the bottom. Geronimo! I just read that marijuana is now one of the biggest cash crops in the US. So it seems like
Really?
it's taking over. Pretty bad, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, well, not really. I think it's quite good, actually.
Well, yeah. But, marijuana leads to other drugs, doesn't it? Start on marijuana, next month you're on cocaine, then you're on heroin.
Come on. People say that, but it's not really the case. I've been taking it for about 5 years now.
Yeah, look, you're a bit slow in the head, aren't you? Come on. No, but, seriously, you can always tell the type of person who smokes marijuana. They're, like, so laid back that you can't imagine them ever getting a real job or anything.
Oh,
can
that's
you?
rubbish. Come on, I work as a full-time secretary. I have to have my head screwed on.
Yeah, okay, but maybe you don't smoke too much, but you get these guys, you can tell they've been smoking loads every day. And they're, perhaps, maybe they're musicians or something, but,
Yeah, but it's like the same with everything. If you drink too much, you'll bust your liver.
Yeah, but it
just
seems like
can't smoke
marijuana
too much.
I don't know, it seems like one of those sort of drugs you can get addicted on.
You can get addicted to anything. You can get addicted to nicotine.
Yeah, right. So have you got any on you at the moment?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Okay, roll up.
I just heard that Hollywood star George Clooney is in mourning for his beloved pot-bellied pig, Max.
I just think that's ridiculous. I mean, how can you fall in love with a pig?
Well, they're almost human pigs, aren't they? I mean, he lived with the 150-kilo animal for 18 years.
What human? It's a pig, They're not. What human qualities do they have?
Well, you just look in their eyes. They're almost human. They've got sort of human expressions almost. I mean, they don't smile or anything, but you can see that there's some sort of intelligence there. Apparently, Clooney shared a bed with it.
Well, I think he should be reported to some sort. I mean, that's just ridiculous. How can you can't take the living with a pet thing so far. I mean, there's got to be some limits to where the pig lives and what you do.
Well, they make people happy, don't they? There's something to talk to. They may not respond, but
I think the whole thing of keeping pets is so unnatural. I mean, what they do to them in order to live with them. They neuter them so they don't get all heated. And I just think that's
some
unfair.
people do. I mean, certain animals do breed, quite
excessively. I think.
excessively if they're not neutered. But I think they just teach people to care for others.
Well, having babies is a better way of teaching people how to care for others, no? Sure, or just looking after the people in your own environment, like the elderly people, your friends, your family.
Well, exactly. I mean, elderly people, their family have more or less gone elsewhere, so they need a pet to keep them company. They become part of the family, really.
Yeah. Anyway, have you seen my new pet snake? Don't get too close.
Right.